But here we are at Stinky Woods with all 11. There's loads there, loads there. Hi, all good fun. Well, yeah. Well, I wondered how long it'd be before, well, the people upstairs were letting their dogs howl and bark again. This morning, you know, that dog was barking for about an hour or more than that. So there you go. Move up, move over. Go, babes. Good babes. So yeah, howling, barking. Nobody trying to actually tell that dog to shush, anything like that. So, as I said before, if they're not prepared to make any effort at all to keep their doggy quiet, yeah, because I need to sleep during the day, but they don't give a crap about that at all. Yeah, they want to keep letting their dog make noise, howling, barking, all that sort of stuff. Well, look, I mean, the reality is, when my dogs are going to the car, there's a few minutes of barking. No howling, just a few minutes of barking. Maximum, a few minutes. You're more likely to be 30 seconds until I get them in the car. That's it. I'm getting fairly close. I'm going fairly close behind them. What I need to do is probably get Mollie in the car beforehand when I take Covie. The reason why there's a bit of a delay in me getting up there is because I've got to try and lock the door. Mollie goes out the door, turns around right in front of the door, then goes up the steps. Once she's turning around, I can't get anywhere near the door to be able to lock it because she's right in the way. So I'm waiting for her to get out of the way, and that delays me a bit. If I can get her up, then that speeds things up a bit, doesn't it? But as I say, you're looking at a few minutes. Right, come this way. Here now, Gracie. Come here. Gracie, come. Gracie, come here. Here now. Here now. This way. I don't even know what we're going to face down this side. That side, the person just standing there. What it's going to be this side, I don't know. This could be worse, right? So I saw this side, I don't know what's this side. Oh dear. Come here. Here now. Here now. Come here. Come here. Wait for Dad. Wait for Dad. Don't go running off. So, yeah, as I say, there's about 30 seconds and then barking, getting to the car. You know, 20 seconds maximum, and then barking coming from the car downstairs. And yet they think, you know, a good on and off over an hour, about half an hour's worth of barking is okay. "25 minutes past 1. And here we go for round 3. There's at least one of them up there. You can hear them walking around. And Mollie Collie, wait for a belly rub. She's already had 2 belly bumps, Mollie Collie. She likes the belly bumps. Don't you, Mollie Collie? You like belly bumps? Yeah. Oh, she does indeed. Smiley got itch. Yeah, Smiley really got itch. We can move his ears up. There's somebody bambity. There's Lucy do over there. Chewie on bed. Oh yes. Amber, no. So while we're listening to that doggy barking and howling, that's where Chewie normally sleeps, over there. That little space there. Between the old duvet, which was usually his duvet to now, and that is his pillow. So he normally sleeps in that little space there. Yeah, true, eh? Yeah. Ah, lay down. Settle down, Bubs. See, the difference is, when I take my dogs for a walk, and they're barking at there, as I'm going up, I'm telling them to quieten down. You'll be able to hear, if the person who is upstairs told that dog to quieten down, you'll be able to hear it. Clear as day, you could hear it. But they made no effort at all to tell that dog to quieten down. Not at all. Well, there's all the bedding for the dogs there. Tons of bedding over there. Bit of bedding for Mollie, Collie. Bedding over there. Chewie's over there. And you've got bedding there as well for Amber. That's plenty. Has it stopped, the barking? Nope. This is my point. You know, on the point that they don't mind dogs barking being a pain in the arse to someone else. As long as it's not a pain in the arse to them. So, okay. Yeah, I don't buy into that theory. So, yeah, plank, eye, specky. Yeah, not the right way to be doing things. There you go. That's what I say, they're complete hypocrites. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear that, but you can hear people moving around upstairs. They're making no effort at all to quieten down the dogs. So there you go. I will put this video up later online, just to back up the facts that this is why I'm no longer going to be showing any consideration at all at night. Which is better for me because, you know, why on earth do I want to take, you know, 2 trips to take my dogs out? You know, take 2 turns. Yeah, the noisy ones in 1 trip, the quiet ones in another trip. That's double the amount of petrol I'm using, or diesel. Yeah, wear and tear on car. You know, it's taking my time up. There's other things that I might be, you know, wanting to do in that time. I personally would rather go out a bit earlier so I could go to bed a bit earlier, get up a bit earlier, do stuff a bit earlier during the day. But if I'm showing consideration to them, then it means I've got to take 2 out before I go to the gym, and then take the rest out afterwards, don't I? Yeah, noisy ones go before, rest go afterwards. It has to be that way. If I'm being considerate. If I'm not being considerate, they all go after I get back from the gym, don't they? That's the reality. And that's going to have to be the reality now. Because I'm all for showing consideration, but then when the other people understand that there's a problem and yet are never willing to do anything about it, then it's like, well, there you go. You've basically proved that when it comes to consideration, you ain't got none of it at all. None of it. So stop asking for something you're completely and utterly unwilling to give. Yeah. Well, there you go. I'm going to take these out soon. I need the walkies. Another half a coffee and then take them out. Right, so you take care. God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye. Yeah, barking and howling during the day is okay when I'm trying to sleep, but yeah, when it's them, you know, trying to do that, then no, it's not okay. Yeah. Well, as I said, the reality is is that if I've got to take my dogs out in 2 shifts, take the noisy ones out in the first shift, the quieter ones out in the second shift, that means I'm using my car double amount of time, aren't I? You know, which is costing me money to do that. So why should I do that out of consideration for these people if they're willing to show no consideration whatsoever? And if that's the case, if they just want to continue this crap, then I'm taking my dogs out. I'm doing it. I'm taking my dogs out in one go at night at 12 o'clock, and I don't care. You want to make noise in the morning? I just make a damn sight more bloody noise when I get back with the dogs. Simple. I don't care. Yeah, you want to play games and making noise? I've got 9 dogs. 9 older ones, I've got 2 babies. But the 9 older ones are the ones who are going to make all the noise. I'm also quite capable of making noise. Oh yeah. Well, for example, I know that she sleeps during the day. I don't care what her head protectors are. Me playing who lets the dogs out when I go out and having my dogs barking constantly, that's going to piss her off. It's going to wake her up, isn't it? I don't do that because that's not who I want to be. But, you know, if people want to keep on playing silly buggers and, you know, showing no consideration, but then demanding with threats that they're going to do something if you don't be considerate towards them, I say that they have balls. They do have balls. The fact that they're demanding that someone else shows them consideration while they're not willing to show any. They're demanding that you do what they're not willing to do, and you don't do what they're willing to do. You know? It's entitled. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Mummy and Daddy failed miserably in teaching them, because when you get entitled kids, that's all down to the parents. Always down to the parents. Well, I mean, you see it in so many parents now. I've said it basically from I've said before, you look at the situation from probably the certainly what happened in the 40s and started actually having an impact in the 60s, 70s. That's when things started to go to crap with regards to families, with regards to parents looking after their children. Yeah, because before then you always had one parent at home, yeah, making sure that that child had someone there when they got home from school, making sure that they did the homework, making sure, you know, that the issues were dealt with, whatever issues there were. Then obviously you have both parents going out because, well, as a family you deserved to go on 2 holidays a year, didn't you? Of course you did. You deserved to have that new car, you deserved to have that new TV, that new computer, that new phone. You deserve to have all that. So of course, that means you've got to work 2 jobs. At least, you know, at least 2 jobs. You know, the father and the mother all working. Well, actually, even worse than that, from the 60s, the divorce rate and the single parent rate went through the bloody roof, didn't it? So there you've got a lot of children who aren't even, you know, parented by 2 parents. They're parented by one who's trying desperately to keep that child from going to the other parent, so therefore not really telling the child off for the things they need to be told off for, but basically allowing that child to get away with a ton of stuff because they don't want the child going to the other parent, because that looks really, really bad on them. Right, you've got to support a family because you're taking care of this child alone. You're getting support from society. If your child then says, I'm divorcing mummy and I want to go back with daddy because mummy's an awful parent, suddenly your standing in society goes right the way down, doesn't it? Yeah? So of course you let the kid get away with a lot of stuff that you wouldn't normally if there was 2 of you. That's not good, not for the kid. But so, I mean, like, the other day I was talking about these internet sites like, you know, TikTok and ones like that, Snap, whatever it is, being the other one. And there's probably loads of others that I'm just unaware of. I imagine about another 20 are probably going to pop up in the next week. Because that's the thing, one of the disturbing things is that these sites, certainly the software is not evil. It can never be evil. So the software isn't evil. The people that go on the sites can be. Even the people that run the sites can be. But the software itself is not evil. It can't be. It's software. It can be designed to do evil, but that's because it's been designed to do evil. It can't be evil itself. software can't be evil. It's just a load of numbers. Yeah. There's nothing inherently evil or good about that. Come this way, leave it. Jake, come this way, bub. No, that's the reality. There's nothing inherently good or bad about that situation in any way, shape or form. Yeah. So obviously these sites might have been created to have beautiful, wholesome images and videos put on. Amber, come here. Amber, come. Chewie. Chewie, focus, come on. Let's stick together. And you. Last time we were here, you got lost, didn't you? Yeah. Let's not do that today. Yeah, they were probably put together to have those wholesome images and videos, but the problem is that, again, they massively underestimate the sort of people that are going to use their sites. And the sort of people that are going to put content on, and the sort of people that are going to access for content. And that quite often adult material is what some people are going to prefer. A lot of people are going to prefer that. Yeah. So as I say, Amigo is another one of these sites. It was probably, set up for a very, very wholesome reason. People playing guitar and people, singing on, while other people come and listen to what they're doing and say, "Oh, that's really nice." That's probably what it's set up for. It wasn't set up that when you click next, you see some woman or man, old or young, masturbating. That is not what it's supposed to be about. Not at all. That's quite disturbing. What the bloody hell are you doing? Basically, people doing that is equal to like years ago, before computers, before we had Amigo and stuff like that, cams where you could, do it on cam. And then someone just pressed next and suddenly you were there. It would have been a flasher. Someone with an old Mac and someone walking past and then they flash. That basically is what is happening on sites like Amigo. You've got people flashing, but taking flashing 10 to 100 steps further. Very unpleasant. Like, for example, the vagina, if I'm married to a woman, then her vagina will be the most gorgeous vagina I've ever seen in my life, right? But generally speaking, the vagina is not that attractive. It really isn't. I mean, neither is the men's genitalia. None of that is attractive in any way, shape or form. That's generally why that area is covered over, and look at people's faces, because they're a lot more attractive than the genitalia. So you go on places like Amigo and suddenly your face with something right up in the screen. It's like, no, go away, I don't want to see that, that's horrific. I've got to sleep tonight. And that's an adult seeing that. When you've got someone who's like 12, 13 years old, oh jeez, come on. I mean, what needs to happen is that those sites need to be accessed. I would say you need to log in, you should have to log in using something like PayPal, where your age is verified. And if you're under the age of 18, you can't log in. Simple, they're adult sites. If they've got adult material on it, it has to be an adult site. It cannot be allowed that children can go on adult sites and see adult stuff. It can't be allowed. It just shouldn't be allowed in any way, shape or form. Because parents are completely unwilling to supervise their children. Well, so many are. And so with that being the case, the sites themselves have to take some responsibility. They have to say we shouldn't be having this stuff on here if we're going to have children. So either we have to supervise the site, police it, which is going to be really difficult to do. You're going to have to employ a ton of people to do that. Or we have a signing in process that verifies your age, so we can stop people who are underage from actually getting onto the site. I would go with option B because I think that would be simpler. Certainly the sites won't have to employ tons of people to police it. It's difficult. I'm not going to try and pretend it's easy, this stuff, because it isn't in any way, shape or form. It ain't easy. No. It's what it is. I mean, there's a lot of stuff there, and I say, I mean, we have this situation in society where basically now we have children bringing up children. Yeah, because, well, the parents don't want to do it, do they? I've done plenty of videos about people who are completely incapable of looking after a dog, right? And those people, quite likely, are going to have children. Do you think those children have any chance whatsoever? If you can't train a dog, if you can't stop a dog from barking, if you can't train a dog to walk on a lead, if you can't train a dog to do this, that or the other, the simple things, then you've got to ask the question, if you're too busy to bother to spend the time training a dog, how are you going to raise a child? Because you're going to be just as busy, aren't you, really? And that's the reality. That's where we've got to. A point where, you know, parents aren't looking after their children, they're not raising their children. They're expecting society to do that. Well, society have basically said sod off to the parents, they're not going to raise their children. And so therefore the parents have turned to the schools and said, schools, will you raise our children? Schools have said, no. Our job is to educate your children. We're not going to raise your children, we're not going to teach your children the morals and values they need to be successful in society. That's your job. The parents are basically looked at kids and said, well, it's down to you then. You have to figure it out yourself. Which is basically, well, nowhere near as bad as someone wants to learn to drive. So you basically just say to them, give them a car and let them figure it out. Let them out on the road. Let them out on 60-mile-an-hour roads, let them figure it out. You know? If they crash and kill people, well, there you go, that's fine. Just think of the damage that a child that has not been taught. One second, where on earth is Micky going? We'll wait here. Right, he'll come back. Yeah. Think about the damage that a child who hasn't been taught the morals and values. And, you know, how to deal with conflict and how to deal with people. And, you know, they're not actually that special, really. They're just them. There's special things about them, but they're not special. Do you know why parents tell their children that they're special? Because they don't bother trying to educate their children or teach their children or supervise their children or do anything else. Therefore, they think that word, special, is going to cover all the stuff they didn't do. Now, of course, you speak to people about that and they'll say, oh, but my parents did that. But then you dig a bit deeper. No, they didn't. They didn't really. You can tell. As soon as you are dealing with someone and some sort of conflict comes up, you can tell within a few minutes as to whether their parents taught them anything about conflict resolution or how to deal with people. You can tell that very, very quickly. And what on earth are parents supposed to teach their children? Right and wrong. They're supposed to teach them right and wrong. They're supposed to teach them consequences of wrongdoing. Micky, where you going? He ended up all the way down there. He come back again. Get out of the way, Nutter. Come on, this way. Come go. We've got the boy. Yeah, Jacob's there. There's Teri. Got to be mindful of Jacob. That's why I'm not trying to move too quickly or go through different areas too quickly. Make sure that he has a chance to catch up, and rather than shout at Micky, just wait, let Micky come back. Simple, really. Why shout all the time? But actually, earlier, I gave the neighbours upstairs a perfect example of how to deal with the situation. Doggy's barking, because I think it was probably Jacob started barking outside for some reason. I don't know why. I went outside to see what was going on. All the others then started barking. Well, apart from Gracie, probably because Gracie was in the shower, but the rest weren't, and they started barking. Because as soon as one starts, all the rest start. That generally is the way it goes, especially when you're on most of them anyway. So I had to go and deal with it. Now, because the puppies have pooed, I had to try and get them out of the way of the poo, because the other option was go indoors, tell them to shut up, come out and the puppies have either trodden their poo or tried to eat it. Poo takes priority. Got to deal with that. So get the puppies into the kennel, close the kennel door. Now, I just faced the front door. Come here! Oi! Here! Now! Come on, this way. One more to come. Rice is coming through there. Come on! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All here, good. I just looked at the flat. I just said, enough. And as soon as I said enough like that, the barking stopped immediately. Straight away. As I was cleaning up the poo, Micky started again, just faced the flat and said, I just said enough. Straight away, the barking stopped again. They knew. As soon as I say enough, that's it, no more. They know that. Why? Because they've been taught the consequences of that. If they don't, they get told off. Like yesterday, we're doing Wacky Ball, and Covie got excited. She bit my leg. I called her over. I just lifted her up. Each arm, each hand, scruff on the neck, lift her up, face to face. Did you bite me? I said, do you want Daddy bite Covie? And suddenly submission. She wouldn't even come near me to that point of, she'd calmed down straight away. When she wanted the ball, she went to the ball. She didn't come near my leg at all after that. She knew that was her warning. If she bites me again, I'm going to bite her back. Simple. She's got to learn, even when excited, she can't do that. She can't ever bite people. Because if she bites me and I say that's okay, I let her do that, she's going to bite other people, right? That's like the barking. If I let them bark when I'm there, they're going to be barking like mad when I'm not there, right? So it's like, no, I can't do that. I've got to teach them that certain bad behaviour is bad behaviour. Same as a parent with children. We've got to teach them that bad behaviour is bad behaviour. The problem is parents have basically said, children, go and learn it yourself. Go and figure it out. To me, it's more important that I'm working. Because also, part of the reason why parents want to be working is because they don't want to be looked down upon by society as, you're unemployed. You don't want to work then, do you? Because for a time, even women weren't standing up for mother. They weren't standing up for the fact that being a mother is a full-time bloody job. So of course, mum went to work. Dad went to work. Who was at home when the kids got home from school? No one. The kids, that was it. Only the kids. No one else was at home, was they? Jacob, hello. Hey, Jakes. Yes, of course. What kids do, they go on to sites like Snapchat because what they want, there's pressure. What was it on? There was something. I can't remember. What did I bloody well see? There was something that was talking about this sort of thing, and talking about that kids as young as 10 are sending nude selfies to each other. As young as 10. Again, that's down to the parents. That's down to the fact the parents aren't supervising their kids. The parents aren't putting the morals and values into their kids. So what their kids want, their kids need friends. Their kids need to be, in a good group of friends. Now there's pressure there in that good group of friends to do this stuff. That's why you've got adults, young adult women, doing this stuff. Because they want to make money, they want to get the likes, they want to build for their future. How do they build for their future? They become a prostitute. Right? If you're doing OnlyFans and you're showing your vagina to people that pay you a lot of money, and you're doing things to yourself because people are paying you a lot of money, that's called prostitution. Yeah, being paid for sex doesn't mean you actually have to have sex. Being paid for sex could be the fantasy of sex. It could be a sexual show, because like you have these women who do, you know, strippers and stuff like that. That's prostitution. Men give you money. On these OnlyFans, the people that pay these women money and are monthly free, they're paying them money hoping that one day this woman will be so appreciative they'll come into their house and have sex with them. Right? How many of these men do you think are actually, you know, going onto these sites and paying, yeah, God knows what amount of money, a lot of money, basically. They pay a fair bit of money, don't they, really? So which one of these men do you think pay all this money? Looking, I mean, what is it? Aussie bloke. What's his name? Oh, I don't know what his name is, but anyway, the bloke I watch he does, Aussie comedian who covers these sort of things. He was saying he looked at one woman's, I think it was like $30 for the basic. Yeah, where I imagine she's probably moving around in a bikini and stuff like that, dancing around like that. And you've got $100, and you've got, I think, about sort of $150 is the most. Well, who's going to be paying $150 a month? A month. Because they're saying, I appreciate you. No one. No one's going to be doing that. No one's going to be paying a huge amount of money a month to say, you know, I like you, I like what you're doing, I respect you as a person, and I'm trying to help you to continue your work because I think your work is fantastic. What, they see themselves as a sponsor? No. They give them money hoping to get something in exchange. What are they hoping to get something in exchange? A show? No. 1 second. Wait, come here, Covie. Locki. Not going that way. We're not going that way. We're not going that way, no. No. Straight on. Straight on. There you go. On you go. That's cool, even that's a bit of training. Not going that way, call her back. Not going that way, it means she's waiting to see which way we're going. Because sometimes we go that way, so she originally thought we were going that way. When I called her back, she came back. It's all part of training. It's all part of training because I don't want her to get lost. She got lost once before, I don't want her to get lost again. Where's the boy? Here he is! Trying to get lost. Teri! We're going this way, Teri. You coming? Come on, Teri Twos. Come on, bubs. Well, as I say, yeah, there's these sites, they may have been designed initially for something. You may design a site up in the future for something. That's at the beginning of this video. There's probably hundreds trying to set themselves up now as a new Snapchat, the new TikTok-y thingy, whatever. The new that sort of thing. Come this way. Come on. Who else is missing? Micky. Where's Micky? Micky. Mr. Moo. Come on. That's for you, didn't it? Got 11. Cool. All 11 are here. All 11 are present. That's good. No, as I say, you know, there's could be loads being designed now, but if you're a parent and you want to, you know, protect your kids, get rid of anything like that from your house. Come here now. You know, don't be getting your kids an iPad at 5, 6, 7 years old. You know, don't be getting anything like that. Internet access, shut it off. You know, to your kids. They can't have internet access unless it's completely and utterly supervised. Yeah, because there's a lot of darkness out there. There really is. There really is a lot of darkness out there. And yeah, if you see the internet, I mean, what is it I was watching the other day? There was something I was watching the other day where a person was talking about the internet and talking about finding information on the internet and saying about just how incredibly dark a lot of the internet really, really is. You know, how, you know, basically evil a lot of the stuff is on it. dark, twisted, sick. That's the internet for you, because that's people. That is people, isn't it, really? When we see in Sodom and Gomorrah, how the people were there. Sexual freedom, where anything, if you fancied it, it was yours. You could have. Didn't matter. Age, gender, even whether it's human or not human. Didn't matter. You fancied it. If you wanted it, it was yours. And, you could force it upon someone. Didn't matter. Just take. That's what we see in the Bible. Yeah. They go into the house, and the people outside want them sexually, and they're willing to break down the door to get them, to force them. That is part of human nature. Then you see later in the Roman Empire, look at the orgies and the things that were going on there. There was a lot of dodgy stuff that was going on then. An awful lot of dodgy stuff that was going on then. Yeah? Look at even what was happening with the African slave trade. And you have a lot of slave masters that were basically forcing their slaves to have sex with them. Yeah? It didn't stop at the Roman Empire, it continued. And any chance for these things to continue. Now, I mean, how many people have heard of the key swapping idea? Yeah. That you put your key in a bowl, and whoever's key you pick up, that's who you spend the night with. How far that is away from that sort of stuff? Not very far, is it? Swingers. Exactly the same. It's that sort of depravity. Yeah. The whole point of an open relationship is that you can be in a relationship but have sex with whoever you want. And that's just insane. Isn't it, really? It's just insane. How on earth do you do that? It's crazy business. It really is. Now come this way. Come deep enough into that now. Look at Jacob. Hey, he's beating Amber right now, isn't he? Jacob, yeah, look at him go. Wow. He kept up with Riley. Well done, Jakey. Well done, Jakes. Good boy, you kept up with Riley. There's a good boy. Look at you. Hey, fast boy now, aren't you? Hey? Look at you, Jakey. You did good. Well, he stayed ahead of Amber, didn't he? Yeah. Brilliant. He's learning. He's having fun, isn't he? Oh, he is indeed, yeah. Well, I took him out last night and Mollie found the ball. And when I was kicking the ball, he went for it. And he got it. But he went for it, which is good. All right. He left it for Mollie in the end, for Mollie to bring back. That's cool. He's learning. All right. I'm so proud then. See him do that. Oh, that's so cool. All right. Well done, Jakes. Jakes. Jacob. Well done, my boy. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take him to the field that I normally go to give him a drink. They've got nice fresh drink in the car, so I'll just do that. Give them a chance to have a drink. Yeah. Now, put it this way, depravity is part of humans. It's part of who we are. We're all capable of being depraved. It's all part of, certainly when you look at the idea of self, look at the idea of, look at all this crap with the neighbours. They say that, well, I offended her, so I offended herself. Right? It's all about herself. Yeah. And it's all about the fact of she's serving. Who's she serving? Her. Completely serving her. Now, the thing of it is that when it comes down to it, when you serve self, and when you serve self to certain degrees, if you get into the wrong areas of friendship and stuff like that, then yeah, you can get into areas of depravity. Jakes, come this way. Of course you can, yeah. Well, they got into an area of friendship where basically they decided they were going to make someone pay, but make them pay over a long period of time, a couple of years. They dug themselves a hole, which means that, you know, they're going to have to pay an incredibly high price to pay for their own sins. Yeah, that's the reality that they choose to go to, but that was because of serving self, and it's a path they went down while serving self. But there are other paths you can go down that can lead to depravity and stuff like that. So it's like, you know, people tend to think that, oh, it couldn't be me. What's going on now? We tried to avoid this person earlier, now they come right down to us again. Come here. Here now. Here now. Come here. Here now. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come on. Teri. Teri, choose. Teri. Teri. Come on. You're standing there. I'm calling you. That's what I say. We all do things that are wrong. We all make decisions that are bad for us. There's no good pointing out one person and saying, oh, you're bad. We're all bad. All of us. All of us are quite capable of doing incredibly nasty things. All of us are. That's the reality. If we get with the wrong crowd, if we get with a crowd that's going to take us in a direction and we keep going with them, yeah, there's nothing. I mean, it's like people look at the Nazis in Germany, and look at what the Nazis did in Germany, and look at the fact that, yeah, the people working at the camps, you know, some of them even assisted in the execution of Jewish people, in the torture chamber. Come here now, get here. We're not going that way. We are not going that way. Yeah, so many, you know, led the Jews into that, into the chambers where they were going to be gassed. Yeah, Micky, did you turn off baby? Did you turn off baby? You want Daddy to tell Micky off? Do you want Daddy to tell Micky off? Hey, you been bad? You sorry? Are you sorry? Yeah, okay, love you. You're a good boy. Right, Teri, don't choose. I told him off, don't worry. I'll get out of it, bubs. No, they're going the right way, that's it. See what I mean? About, I didn't have to do anything, didn't have to smack him or anything, just tell him off, he submitted. He knows he did wrong. Right? Yeah, of course. He knows. And that's through spending that time and, you know, helping him to learn the consequences of bad behaviour. Now, he's learned that. Already done. Job done. He's learned it now. So therefore his behaviour is much better. But as soon as I turn him off, he stops. He doesn't continue it because he knows the consequences if he continues it. Sorry. Get the words out, eh? No, so talking about the Germans. Let's put it this way. If you are in that situation, if you're in a Germany that's been smashed and beaten up after the First World War, and basically your economy has gone to crap, and people are struggling, you know, to feed their children and stuff like that, then all of a sudden you get a leader who starts rebuilding the economy, starts rebuilding stuff, and, you know, he then says, come and join us. We're going to take back what was stolen. You know, these people here, these Jewish people, they stole everything. They did this, they did that. You start to believe them because they're putting forward evidence. It's wrong evidence, it's lies. But these are the people that have done good things, so, you know. What is it? I was watching something today that was talking about, it's Neil Oliver, Scottish chap who did a programme called Coast. He was talking on GB News, but talking about the fact that it was described years ago that people that are residents in democratic countries are trusting people. They trust their governments. They've been born to trust their governments, to go along with what their governments say. And the German people were exactly the same. That's the point, they were exactly the same. We now have a people now who are idiots by complying to a government who have lied to us time and time again with regards to COVID. They've lied to us non-stop. And yet, we still comply. Why? Because we've been conditioned to do that. The German people were conditioned to do that. Come this way, Micky. They were complying. They were following what they're being told to do because they believed in it, because they were told. Now, of course, deep down, certainly when they were gassing people, did they know that what they were doing was wrong? Probably, yeah. Come this way, come on, over here. But it's just like now, we're in a situation now, not the same level, but we're in a situation now where the government's talking about vaccine passports, where the government is talking about vaccinating kids. Even though the government's clearly said in the past, vaccine passports are wrong, they wouldn't do it. They've clearly said in the past that wearing masks are wrong, they don't help. But then they make us all wear them. They've clearly said that vaccinating children is potentially, certainly potentially more harmful to the children than letting them get COVID. Come this way, come. So, people are following. People are following what the government is saying. They're not really questioning. Why? Because they're trying to be good citizens. They don't really want to do anything or say anything that could cause harm to their country, right? What were the people doing at that time? The Jewish people, what were they doing? Sorry, the German people. The same. They knew. People nowadays, they know that the government have lied to us in the past. They know that it's quite likely that the government are lying to us now. They know that. But they are believing and hoping that the consequences of what they're doing are better than the consequences would be if they stood against it. You know? Now, I said that in a way it doesn't make a lot of sense. 1 second. Oi! Enough! No fighting. Pack it up. You're teaching the little ones bad behaviour. Stop it now. Covie! Enough! Calm down. Covie! Enough! Calm it. Jacob's now trying to play fight with Covie. What I'm saying is that basically the people are looking at it thinking, okay, what's going on is bad, what we're doing is bad, but at the moment there's a system in play. If I try and rock that system, what could the consequences be to our country? That this is bad, what we're doing now, but if I try and rock the system, could that be worse? Yeah, okay, therefore I'm just going to keep quiet. Hopefully someone else will speak out. Hopefully someone else will be the one that speaks out, and if this needs to be stopped, that they will do it. That's common. Is that one of mine over there? Come here. Come here now. Here now. I just saw a Collie going down there. 1 second. Come here. Here now. Get here. Get here. That was it. It's Micky. Jeez. Is that another Collie going over there? No, it's Micky. Just walking quite happily. Yeah, it's just Micky. So, yeah. We can't look at what other people did and think, oh, that was so bad. We could never do that. We are. We are doing that or similar to that. And I guarantee you now, if we were in that situation, a lot of people who are basically complying with the government completely and, ridiculing people that are standing up against the government, they'd be the ones leading people into gas chambers. They would. Because they would have been conditioned to do that. And I say, we as people are quite capable of doing horrendous things. So you as parents must teach your children, the consequences of bad behaviour. Must protect your children from the nasty stuff that's out there. You must do that. because there's a heck of a lot of nasty stuff out there, and you can't expect your children to protect themselves from that. Some will, but some won't. Even the ones you think that will might access it, might think, oh, I quite like that, I'll just go for more than that. And then they're going down some blinking dark alleyway that's going to lead them to God knows what in the future. You know, it's best to say, right, we're going to have none of that in the house. Yeah, we're going to take that away so there's no possibility that that can get into the house. Well, put it this way, you've got Omegle, right? You've got Omegle. You know, you've got, if you go onto Omegle, if you see these people that are doing what they're doing, basically flashing on Omegle, a lot of those people are sort of, you know, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. Yeah. If they're on there doing that, what if their daughters or sons go on Omegle and see that? That's pretty bad, isn't it, really? That's not good. What if their nieces or nephews go in and see that? See them, recognise them. You know, they go and see granddad or grandma masturbating on camp. Oh, Jesus. You know, you don't want that sort of crap, do you? You really don't want it. But look, the people that go on it doing that, what's the chances that relatives of theirs are actually on that site, clicking next, at the same time they're on it doing what they're doing? Quite likely, right? Yeah, be careful, Jesus Christ. Certainly where your children are concerned. You're releasing these children. When they get to about 18, 19, they get released upon society to have an impact on society. What the heck are you releasing on society? That's the thing, isn't it? What the heck are you trying to release upon society? You're letting children raise children. You're letting them raise themselves. You're letting them onto something that's incredibly dark and dangerous. And just letting them basically have fun on it. Go on, have fun on the internet. Go on, don't worry about it. You've got your own phone there, it's got internet, you go on it. It's insane. Absolutely insane. Put it this way. I've watched these Omegle things where you had the bloke, there was a bloke doing violin. One of the blokes was doing violin, the other bloke was doing the, I've done videos about it, I've actually put the clips on. The bloke doing the thing where he does all the makeup, dressing himself up like a character from Hellbound or Hellraiser, whatever it's called. And then he goes on, and you have people commenting and loving what he's done. Quite often you've got kids who are sort of 13 maybe, but a group of them sitting in one of their bedrooms. So probably one of them and their friends. It's in a home. Do the parents ever come in and see what the heck they're doing? No. Parents are downstairs, they're fed up with their kids. They've had their kids all day. Oh, Mum, can I do this? Oh, Mum, can I do that? Mum, can I have a drink? Mum, can I have food? Mum, can I go out? Mum, can I do this? Oh, Mum, I need some toiletries. Mum, I need this. Mum, I need that. So Mum's basically saying, just go upstairs with your friends. Go on. Doesn't want to know. God knows what is coming through that screen. Ugh. It's yeah, not good, no. But it's fine, I mean, my situation with regards to, you know, right, you two, slow it down. You okay, Luce? They do that again, you tell them off, Lucy, okay? You're big enough, you tell them off. They run into you like that again, you tell them off. You, pack it up. You hurt your leg? Good, I hope you did. Went crashing into your grandmother. Didn't you, eh? Bit stupid. Calm it down. Covie, calm it down. Calm it down. Enough. Doesn't help with him. He's fine, little Jacob. Aye. It's better to a certain degree with Jacob trying to play fight with Covie than it's trying to play fight with Teri, because Teri is a lot smaller. That becomes a case of bullying, really. Aye. Swings around about, doesn't it? There you go, Amber. Did you lose your sticky? Did you get frustrated a bit, did you? Alright, she found it. She found a sticky. So very, very rarely does Amber even want a sticky, but sometimes she gets a sticky and then she runs ahead and starts chewing a sticky, and then we catch up, she then comes along again. There you go, she's down there. She's way ahead, so she thinks, okay, time to have a little bit of chew of sticky. You got a sticky, Amber? Amber got a sticky. There's Amber. Is that a good sticky, Amber? Is that good, baby? Amber like a sticky. Good. Hi, Babs. Hi, Lops. You tell him, Amber. Tell him, Babs. Hi. No, I'm not going to pretend for a second that it's easy being a parent. That's why I'd say to people, look, if you can't look after a dog, if you can't train a dog, don't have children. Don't have children. Yeah, get the snip. Do whatever you have to do. Just don't have children. Yeah, because if you can't look after a dog, you certainly won't be able to look after children. You won't have time to teach them what they need to learn. No chance whatsoever. Absolutely no way, shape or form you're going to be able to deal with that. Well, a child is a lot more hard work than a dog could ever be. Yeah. Oh well, it's what it is, you know, but let's say I'm not going to try and say it's easy, because it isn't. It's bloody hard, especially now. Yeah, especially now. Yeah, I mean, you go back 20, 30 years ago, it was a damn sight easier because the internet wasn't there. It was easier to entertain a child. You just got one of those play pens and stuck a child in there. Yeah, a little child, then when they got a bit bigger, yeah, you put them outside, you put a swing between two trees, there you go, go and have a go, that's fun. Yeah, a little bouncy castle, that sort of thing, there you go, go and play. You invited their friends around, there you go, all sorted. Stuck them in front of a DVD of some sort of kids program. All fun and games, sorted. Now you've got to get a blinking iPad for them, and God knows what they're doing on it. No idea. No idea. You've even got children that have YouTube channels. Guaranteed, some of them are going to be doing things that are sort of, what are the parents allowing their child to do this? Why are they allowing their child to do this on YouTube? It's crazy. Absolutely insane. Well, one of the singers, they've got a singer, that one who did You Broke Me First. She's got a YouTube channel. I think she's had that channel for years. She was a gymnast or something. If she's had that channel for years, quite likely, there's videos of her doing gymnastics. I know recently there's videos of her showing that she can do a bit of kickboxing and stuff like that. But she's in that sort of gym attire, incredibly tight stuff. She's how old? 16. What are you doing? Again, what are the parents doing? But you've got this everywhere. You've got kids doing this. Kids are online and they've got their own YouTube channel. But there's one kid who basically does like a try channel. Try stuff. Review stuff from a kid's point of view. Now, of course, the parents are the ones who basically encourage this. The parents are the ones really making money from this, aren't they? But they're going to find, after a while, that the money isn't coming in. It just isn't coming in. So what can we do videos of now? I say it, it's a dodgy thing. It's a dodgy thing. Because you might be putting something on that's wholesome, but it doesn't mean the people watching are wholesome. It doesn't mean what they want is wholesome. It doesn't mean what they're clicking on is wholesome. And the problem is if you're noticing they're clicking on stuff that's a little bit sort of, but that's what's getting all the views. You've got a decision to make as a child, and maybe the parents if they're involved. Do we do more of that stuff? Do we maybe push that a bit more because it's getting the likes? It's bringing in the money? Some parents say, yeah, go on, do that. It's bad. Really bloody bad. So money is often the priority. And that's the thing, is that where money's concerned, well, it's like, all those years ago, it would be a case that, some girl wanted to be a model, she would go to the photographer would tell her he could get her better deals if she just strips completely down and does a bit of nude photography. She never went in with that intention, but as soon as the mention of more money is concerned, close off. No worries at all, close off. So what? Chances are he's lying, or the person who's doing the photography is lying. They can sell that material for more. It doesn't mean you're going to get more. So more money is involved, but not for you. You're not going to get better contracts because you go nude. Who's going to want that? Only pornography agents are going to want that. Proper agents who want models are not going to be looking at you now because you've gone nude. But of course people believe it because there's a mention of more money. Money seems to be the priority. If there's money involved, here we go for it. That's why things like Snapchat, Tinder, those sort of things are dodgy because, again, I'm not sure how that works with regards to, that's another one, Tinder. I know, is Tinder one? I don't know. I don't know if Tinder is one of those things. But TikTok, Snapchat, do these things, do you get money for the likes and the views? I know that on YouTube you do, but whether you do on those, I don't know. But if you do, that's dangerous. That's really bad. Because that'd be why people are doing stuff that's lewd all the time. And that's not good. Not in any way. And look, if you've got kids, sending each other bloody nude selfies and stuff like that. That stuff is somewhere, isn't it? That's not good. So if you're sending it by text, that's not flipping good. That's really bad. But as I say, that it's being encouraged by, but if you like me, you'll do that. Again, where are the parents with that? That's concerned. Where are the parents talking to the kids about that sort of stuff, about the dangers of that sort of stuff? Every parent, you're going to be talking to your kids about that, about the dangers and that sort of stuff. About just because someone says, if you like me, you'll do that, it doesn't mean you're going to bloody do it. If you like me, you'll jump off a cliff. You're going to jump off a cliff for that person? No. Then don't send any drinking nudes to that person. I don't care how old you are. Don't send that sort of stuff. Certainly don't ever send it by text, even if you're 18, 19, 20, 27, 37, 47, 57. Don't send them. They're out there somewhere. They can be used against you at some point in time. Don't send stuff like that. You're far wiser taking a Polaroid and sending it by bloody post. This is only one copy of it. It can't easily be sent to other people, can it? It's not stored somewhere. It's not stored in a Polaroid camera, is it? So, it's bad news. There's God, there's so much there that's just, oh my Lord, really? You're inviting this sort of stuff into your house? Into the house where you've got young children? You're not teaching your children about the dangers that are out there? Come on. You've got to be doing that sort of stuff. That's the absolute basic. And don't give your little kids a mobile phone. If you want to give them a mobile phone, give them one that doesn't have bloody internet. There's plenty of mobile phones where they can call you if they need to, if they're in trouble, that don't have the screen and the internet and all that sort of stuff. Give them one of those. Right, the cheap ones. Give them one of those. That'll do. If they need to go on the internet, they can go on your internet with you sitting there, supervising, making sure they don't get into any danger. Yeah? Hello, my girl. Hello, pup. I'll pick you up in a minute, don't worry. I'll pick you both up in a minute when we go back to the car. No, it's, yeah, as I say, it's bad. Well, hopefully, if God brings this, what's it called? What's it called now? Basically telling people about their sins. If God does that, hopefully that will be telling parents about their sins as parents, and that they will help to be better and do better for their children. It's all very well talking about the future generation, but for goodness sake, come on. It's not just about the future generation, not just about the fact that we're going to be leaving the future generation a bad situation with regards to the environment. You've got to protect them a lot closer to home than that, really. Yeah, it's all very well talking about that stuff. What about the stuff that's coming through their computer? You can protect them from that as well. Come on. You know, as simple as that. Be parents, love your children, take care of your children, protect your children. You know, understand that they are young. That sort of stuff shouldn't be coming into their head. It's like you shouldn't be taking children into saunas and steam rooms and that sort of stuff. It's not designed for them. These sites, Snapchat, stuff like that, are not designed for them. They're not designed for children. They're designed for adults, because the people that designed them understood you might get some adult content on them. They're not designed for children. Stop allowing your children to access or be on or post stuff on these bloody sites. You're insane. Oi! Stop rolling in it. Pack it up. Locki! Stop rolling muck, nutter. But we're coming to the point where we're getting back to the car, so I'm going to end the video now. Now, this issue, I've spoken about it a few times now. It's a massive bloody issue. There's a huge danger there. I'm not convinced that this is the last time I'm going to speak about this. Quite likely I'm going to speak about it more, because there's still so much that needs to be said about this. But there's so many warnings that need to be given out, because parents at the moment still aren't taking notice of the dangers that are out there to protect their children. You've got to do that. It's imperative. Yeah, basically what I talk about God bringing is a conviction of sin upon the people. I remember it now, there you go. So I did that bit. Well, there you go. You take care, God bless. I will speak to you soon. There's little Choo-Choo. There's Lucy. Teri Choose. Then my Collie, Gracie, Lucy, Riley, Locki, Covie, Jacob. Hey, Jakes. Hey, Jakes. Say hello to Covie. I think Jakes likes Covie. Well, they're both going to be fluffies. They're both going to be the same sort of level of fluff, I would guess. Yeah. Plus, that's his girlfriend. In the future. Come here. Here now. Right, there you go. You take care, God bless. Oh, there's Amber as well. I didn't see Amber earlier. Yeah, she's a good girl, isn't you, Amber? Good girl? Good girl, Amber. Love you both. Right, there you go. Speak to you soon. God bless. Bye-bye.